property management. Thank you for joining us again today for our Maintenance Monday tips, where we share quick tips with tenants, landlords, and property owners. Today we're going to be talking about how to repair a nail or screw hole in drywall. One of the most common repairs tenants are responsible for when moving out of a rental property is patching nail holes or wall damage they created during their tenancy. Luckily, these small nail holes or screw holes are pretty easy to repair, and we've created a quick process to get these walls back to the way they were before they moved in. The first thing you'll want to do is collect a few supplies. One thing you'll need is a putty knife. A metal flexible putty knife is best for repairing nail holes. You'll also want to purchase spackling paste for drywall. The other thing you'll need is 220 grit sandpaper or sanding block. And you'll also need paint color to match your walls. The first thing you'll want to do is sand the surface. Before you start patching any holes in the walls, you want to make sure the surface is flat. This is key to having a flat area because a lot of the chalky drywall will push itself outward when a nail is hammered into the wall. Lightly sand the area in a circular motion with the 220 grit sandpaper or sanding block. This will knock down any of the ridges that were created when the nail was hammered into the wall. The second thing you'll want to do is spread the spackling compound. Make sure you use the correct type of spackling compound. There are a lot of options out there, so check your local hardware store and read the label and make sure the spackling compound is good for drywall. To start filling your nail hole, this is where you'll use your flexible putty knife. You're going to get a small pea-sized, dime-sized amount of spackling paste on your putty knife. The best method for doing this at this point is to use a two-swipe method. The first swipe is going to be to cover the nail hole in one direction, and then you're going to swipe in the opposite direction to remove any of the excess spackling paste. If there's still excess spackling paste left on the wall, you've probably used too much. So next time, try using a smaller amount. You can continue to swipe back and forth until the rest of the excess spackling paste has been removed from the wall. Once the spackle has dried completely, lightly sand the area in a circular motion with your sandpaper. Step 3 is probably the most commonly skipped step. You want to make sure you apply a second coat of spackle. Once the spackle starts to dry, it can shrink a little bit and cause a little indent. You want to make sure you go over this again with spackling paste, using the same two-swipe method, swiping one direction with the spackling paste and then swiping the opposite direction to remove any of the excess. Again, let the spackle dry completely and then sand again in a circular motion with your 220 grit sanding block. The last step is to prep your walls for painting. Inspect the hole that you just filled in and make sure that all the edges are completely filled in and that no excess spackle is left on the wall. If you do see excess spackle on the wall, go ahead and just sand it down again in a circular motion with your sanding block until it is all removed. And then lastly, you want to make sure you dust the wall off. Dust the wall off with a damp rag or even dry rag. Just make sure all the excess dust that was created from sanding down the wall has been removed. And then your walls are ready to paint. Thanks again for joining us today with our Maintenance Monday tips. And if you have any other questions, please visit our website at nvpm.com and we'll see you next time.